The facts matter.
Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is June 8th, 2020. I hope everybody's having a wonderful start to your work week. And I'm going to be going over some information today that I think you guys will find interesting with regards to a particular party who follows the Moorish American Consulate group, going by the name of King Nan here. Now, King Nan doesn't actually make any of their own content, but what they do like to do is troll channels who will tell you the truth about the Moorish American Consulate and their so-called bogus government. So, what this individual has tried or attempted to do, evidently unknowing that when you put a link in a comment section, it has to be approved by the owner of the channel, thereby no one ever seeing it if the channel owner doesn't want you to. But in this particular case, I'm going to use this as an example of, number one, what is happening on my channel and several others that are speaking out against the Moors with regards to spamming a channel. And number two, I'm going to talk to you about how ignorant this individual actually is. And sadly, this is something we repeatedly see. Now, that may not surprise you, but what will probably surprise you is the link that they've got listed here under many, and I do mean many, I'm going to show you in just a moment here, of my subscribers' comments, is a link to some legislation that was put forward to the House in Illinois in order for them to take a look at it to see whether or not they would consider making a particular week the Moorish week, okay, the Moorish holiday. So this person is using this particular link to basically say, well, not basically say, it says it right here, this is our land, get the fuck out, all right? But that's a silly thing to do before actually checking out what it is that your piece of information is. First of all, the fact that there would be any validity to it proving that this is somehow your land, as you claim, is not something that would be contained within a document that simply is requesting for a specific week to be a Moorish holiday. But regardless, that doesn't even matter, because if you take a look at this link, and I'm going to take you over there now, the link actually links you to the Illinois General Assembly. It's the full text of the actual document and the request that's being made. And it was being called HR 0689. Now, I took a look at this and recognized the fact that, number one, I needed to be on a virtual machine in order to be looking at this, because the website itself does not appear to be secure. And I would absolutely suggest to you guys to look this up in the actual Illinois where they actually list the House Joint Resolutions and what the outcomes are, so on and so forth, which I will be linking in the description of this video, versus going to this particular website. Unless you are willing to actually put yourself in virtual machine mode, because again, this is not a secure site, and that is by way of Norton that I was able to find that out. Now, basically what this House resolution that's being requested to be voted on is something that would provide them with a actual week that is considered a Moorish holiday. So this person is, because of the fact that there is the peace and treaty friendship, or friendship, the treaty of peace and friendship that is actually listed in here and drafted out, they are claiming that that proves that somehow this is their land, which in reality, there's nothing in that particular treaty that suggests that. I've read it here on Virgo Triad. Mr. Swindle Hoodwinked has read it on his channel, and on and on and on. We've proven numerous times. As a matter of fact, Pauline Ritchie herself has been asked over and over again, show us where this suggests at all that this is your land. Of course, it never gets answered, because it simply does not do that. But regardless, let's now go over and take a look at the actual Illinois site. Here we go. I've gone over to Legiscan or Legiscan. I think they consider it, or they call it Leaky Scan. But regardless, this is this particular website is all about the processes that go on for each individual state. You can pretty much look up anything about a bill, any particular bill, and you can track exactly where the information is on that bill. You can tell who the sponsors are, you can tell who's voted for it, you can do all kinds of research on it. So this is a much more safe and a site that I would absolutely call a good legitimate source. All right, here we go. So this is the Illinois House Resolution 0689, which is of course what's being claimed on the other site that I took you to that is not secure. House Joint Resolution 689 for Illinois. And unfortunately, because of the fact that this was done in 2011-2012, for the party that actually posted this link all over my comment section, they didn't actually take a look at this. But being that it was that far back, we're talking about, 9 years ago that this took place, this is going to be even more of a shock to this party. So let's look at the status first. All right, so first of all, the summary suggests that it designates a week of January 8th through the 15th in 2012 as Moorish American Week in the state of Illinois. Now, there's specifically a year on that. So it would designate the week of January 8th through the 15th of 2012 as a Moorish American Week in the state of Illinois. We're not talking about every single January. But regardless, if we look at the status, we can see that it was completed legislative action. This is how it was completed. It was voted on by one, and it failed on January 8th of 2013 in 100% progression. Failed. Just because a bill is introduced, you guys, and I'm speaking to you Moors who are following the party that is spreading this nonsense around as though it's actually something legit. Just because a bill is produced or introduced to the House of any state or Congress for that matter does not automatically make it law. It has to go through the progression in order to become law. This one failed on January 8th of 2013. And as of January 8th, 2013, the session at that point was considered to be closed out, and there was not another date indefinitely. It's over, and it failed. So those of you that are actually pushing, and you can confirm it down here, on this particular legislation, and you can see someone down here has actually made mention. Chi-Town needs some love and education. Know thyself, study, and then they give that same link, which is not secure. Now, it may be a government link, but it's still not secure, and I'm not going to sit on it unprotected, and I wouldn't suggest anybody else does either. But I have to tell you, 3 years ago, this person put this up. They believed it, and they were on the page. Unfortunately, they didn't look at the status of it. So this was produced in 2011 for 1 week in 2012, failed, was presented, failed again, and then put on as the action being failed as of 2013 says, we're done. Indefinitely, we're not looking at this again. So my question to you, sir, is why would you use this? I mean, if you're not doing enough research to even know that you're using something that you're attempting to slam a channel that brings factual and sourced information to, and has proven that over and over again, if you're not even going to do the research to ensure that what you've got as your backing is accurate or not, you're in the wrong business, man. Seriously. See, this is the reason why you need to stop listening to those folks who are telling you, yeah, look at the peace and friendship treaty. Look at this, look at this, look at this. It proves. None of it has proven anything to this point. And this actually just makes you look stupid. The status of this failed as of January 8th, 2013, after being presented twice. It was at 100% progression at that point. As of January 8th, 2013, there was no additional date being set for discussion with regards to this bill indefinitely. All right, let me take you back because I want to show you how many times this person actually spammed this, being so sure of themselves on my channel. So what I'm about to show you here are comments that are held in review. They're caught by a filter in order for us as the creator to take a look at whether we want these particular links that could be dangerous on our channel. So they're always filtered, they're always stopped, and they wait for us to approve them. All right, here we go. So here is King Nan with the very first one, which is on the same video that he's placed it on every other one. This was 23 hours ago that this took place. And here he is responding in the same manner to Sassy Cat on the same video. Here he is responding to House of Malice on the same video. And this one, he places this nasty little comment below that says, "This is our land, get the FK out." Now, Paul Nightwolf, he puts it under Paul Nightwolf's comment on exactly the same video. This is called spamming, you guys. And this is illegal. It's against the terms and conditions of YouTube. And I hope he loses his channel when I report these. King Nan responded also to Moon Pie's comment on the same video. Harry Knows comment on the same video. Israeli Man on the same video. And Fantastic Friends on the same video. But we're not done yet. So after a while, YouTube has a feature where they will actually send everything to spam from that point forward. And that he went so far in putting this particular exact same link on my channel so many times that it actually got full and went over to the spam area. So here we go again. E.R. Cyclian, he put it under his comment, under Lurker's comment, under Email's comment, under Robo Bongo Cuckoo Cop's comment. So here we go. Now this isn't all of them. A few of them I started deleting excuse me, before I decided to go ahead and do this video. And 2 of them I had to remove because of the actual language that was used in addition to the link. This is just an example, like I said, of how silly you people who call yourselves Moors look when you attempt to try to go up against anyone who has any actual knowledge. You have to look at these things. Right now, you just look ignorant and irrelevant because what you are putting up as some kind of proof, number one, would not be proof in the first place of ownership of any kind of American land, because the Treaty of Peace and Friendship says nothing about that, and no one's ever been able to point it out to us. And in addition to that, this particular House Joint Resolution was not even something that went on beyond the 2013. It failed, not once, but twice. Do your research, as you guys like to say, before you decide to come up against anybody who regularly looks at this stuff. It's just sad that you make fools of yourself like this. And for those of you that are following and not checking, you're going to find that if you check what someone says more frequently than you are right now, you'll find yourself out of that area pretty quickly, because if you're following the online Moorish American Consulate or their so-called government, most of the stuff that they put out is fraudulent, irrelevant, or it is 100% just BS that they've made up. All right, you guys, I hope that you have a good day. I just wanted to point this out to everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.